Today we're going to talk about midpoints again, but this time it's on the coordinate grid. So we're going to learn the midpoint formula and how to find them using slope triangles. So I'm going to start with slope triangles. So if I want to find M, it's the midpoint of AB. Well, here's AB, so I want to find the middle of this line, and we're going to plot the point. Well, it's really helpful to draw a slope triangle, the whole thing. So that's down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then over 2. So that's the slope of the line. So think about cutting that slope triangle in half. Instead of going down 6, I'm only going to go down 3. Instead of going over 2, I'm only going to go over 1. And there's your midpoint right in the middle. So M is at -2, comma 2. That was a weird 2. I'm going to do it again. There we go. So basically, cut the slope triangle in half and you got it. Now let's look at the next one. D is the midpoint of CE, plot E. Well, right now I see D is the midpoint. So my slope triangle was over 1, 2, up. That's a terrible line. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. But D's already in the middle. So E should be over here somewhere. I want to do that slope triangle again. Go over 2 more. 1, 2, up 4. So this is point E, because now D is the middle of CE. So if they give you the midpoint, you want to just double the slope triangle to find the other endpoint. If they give you 2 endpoints like here, to find the middle, just cut the line in half using that slope triangle. Good? Great. Let's go on the inside, and we're going to see how to do this algebraically as well. Now I'm going to show you the midpoint formula, and it just comes from what we are doing with the slope triangle. So the first thing you're doing with the slope triangle is figuring out how far over in the x direction you're going between your 2 points. And to do that algebraically, it's just x2 minus x1. But I don't want to go all the way over for the midpoint. I want to go halfway over. So I'm going to cut that line in half. So it's 1/2 x2 minus x1. And I'm not starting from the origin. I'm starting from A. So I'm going to add that to x1. And then I do the exact same thing. I would write it right next to it, but I'm going to write it underneath because I'm out of room. I want to figure out how high or what the y change is. So change in y, but I'm taking half of it for the midpoint and then adding it to the original y. So it's y1 plus half of y2 minus y1. And if you want to write this formula right here where it says midpoint formula, that's probably the best place for it. Obviously, don't write it on the U-try graph. I just can't write any smaller with my finger. All right, so now we're going to start substituting and figuring this out. So with algebra, x2 and x1. x1 is 4. x2 is -2. So I'm going to do 4, because that's where I'm starting, plus half of the difference, which is -2 minus 4. So it's 4 plus half of -6. Half of -6 is -3. So 4 plus -3 is just 1. So that's my x value for the midpoint. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing for my y value. y1 is -5. y2 is 7. So it's -5. That's where I'm starting. Plus half of 7 minus -5. There's a double negative here, so be careful. 7 minus -5 is 7 plus 5, which is 12. So half of 12. Half of 12 is 6. -5 plus 6 is a positive 1. So the midpoint is at 1, 1. And if you look, 1, 1 on this graph would be right here. That is the middle of that line. Now what I just did, basically, if I counted like we did on the front of this paper, from here to here, I'd count, I'm going left 6. Okay, the up and down part, if I count from here to here, for the record, the left 6 part is right there. If I count up and down, it's 12. I'm going up 12. So instead of going left 6, up 12, I'm going to go halfway. I'm going to go left 3. That's why there's a 3 there. And then up 6. That's where those numbers are coming from. And you end up at this point 1, 1. So this is just the algebraic version of what we're doing with the slope triangle. Now, obviously, you could do it either way. If I have a graph, I always draw the slope triangle. I think that's easier for me. But you could definitely do it algebraically. Pause the video. I'm going to show you how to do the U-try problem. I would definitely do it with the graph. You don't need the algebra version on this one, and I'll show you why. So this is where reading is really important because M is the midpoint of AL. So that's the middle. The coordinates of L are at -9, 2. M is at -5, 4. Determine and states the coordinate of A. So I need the other endpoint. So if I look at my slope triangle, it's right 1, 2, 3, 4. Up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But that's already the middle. I don't want to find the middle of this line. M's the midpoint. I want to go right 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a little higher up, really. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then up 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's where A is. So now M is in the middle of the line LA. So I just did the slope triangle twice. And the coordinates of A are at -1. Up, all the way up is 10. So A is at -1, 10. I didn't need to use the algebra version. I could have just drawn it on the graph. There is a way to do it with algebra. It's a little more complicated. So I would just use the graph.